ThyssenKrupp Elevator. I'm the service superintendent for Salt Lake City. I've got a 30-year career so far. Just here doing a little training on the elevator. The first thing I like to train is fire service. Fire service works on two phases. One, the smoke heads get tripped on the outside. Phase two is when you turn the key switch on the inside of the elevator, and we'll just demonstrate right here. So when you turn the elevator in the on position, it's like the smoke head goes off. The elevator comes down, opens the door, all calls will not activate. It is locked out. You can't call it, it won't move. You can take the key out of the bezel, okay? This is going in on phase two. Come on in. You'll see the jewel on the inside is also on the outside. Right behind this panel where it says Firefighters Operation, the same key, it's an FEOK2 or 01. In here you have an off, hold, and on. As you can see, it's got just a two position where you can remove the key. When you insert your key to the on position, you have control over this elevator. Nobody else except you can maneuver it. And it works on constant pressure, meaning if you hold your key or door close button and you take your finger off, the door's going to reopen. You physically have to hold it closed until it comes to a complete stop. Once it comes to a complete stop, you can remove your finger and press your floor. Now this has the feature of car cancel. Still going to go to the second floor because it's only got just the two floors. Once it gets to the floor, it's not going to open the door. It's got to be told to open the door. Simply because if you come here and there's a fire, you're going to take your finger off, the door will close, you can go back down to the bottom floor. Once the elevator door gets open, you can now turn the elevator to hold and remove the key. Now you can go anywhere in the building to recover or whatever you have to do to bring whoever in to get them out of the building, if in case it needs to happen. Okay. To reverse the process, you can do the same thing. You can put it back on, do your door close, or you can simply turn it off. You'll hear the tone. The doors are going to close, it's going to recall back to the first floor, it's going to open the door and shut off.
And then be ready to use for the public. Reset, no, not yet until
not
you...
Yet. Yes,
okay.
Yes, until you reset it, it's going to stay there. And the only way you're going to know that it's here, rather than being on independent service, is that little jewel right there. If for any reason that you forget how to make this work, it's right there, right? Nobody has keys to this, but you will, facilities will, and the fire department. Okay, fire department should have been trained on how to use firefighters' operations, so you shouldn't have to be here in case something happens. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so now you got to put your key back in, turn it to reset, and off. The jewel should go out, the doors will close, and now it's back into a normal operating mode. Now you can call it elevator door should open, and you should be able to go in and use the elevator as in a normal operation. Okay? Now, come on in. Okay, in here you have 4 key switches. One is independent service. That is the 203 key. Independent service means it's going to operate independent of the hall call station. So meaning you have control over the elevator right now. It's not going to answer a hall call. This is similar to firefighters' operation, except for you have to just Put your finger on the button, hold it till it closes. It's going to answer that car call, it's going to open the door, and it's going to shut off. As long as the door stays open, you got control of the elevator. Okay, that independent service key is probably the most notorious key that you'll have, because you'll have the key to somebody and they'll be using the elevator, walk out the door, and leave it on independent service, and you're going to wonder, the elevator's not working, what's going on? So first and foremost, if the elevator door is open, check to make sure it's on independent service or off independent service. Okay? Your 203 key will also operate your light and fan. You got 2-speed fan. We use those, our elevator people love to have these on simply because hygiene, okay? That's the number one thing. I like to leave it on, but you have that option of when you turn it off, it does turn the lights off to the car, okay? That's
Halloween events.
Yes, yes.
Terror.
It's an escape room.
Exactly. I know where I'm headed.
Okay. Your next key is going to be your 205 key switch, which is going to work your stop switch. Stop switch meaning you got it stopped. So it's not going to answer a call, it's not going to do anything. The light will stay on, but it's not going to go anywhere because you have it stopped. So for security reasons, or you've got stuff you're going to polish the floor with and you don't want anybody using the elevator, please use that stop switch.
Nice.
Okay? Hoistway access or enable access, I cannot train on. That is for elevator personnel to access car top and pit areas. Unfortunately, I can't train you on that. In here is the brains of the elevator. This allows us access to how the
What key was
elevator.
that?
That is the 205 key. Yep, that is the 205 key. I recommend wholeheartedly that you never get in. You know, unfortunately, I'm working up with elevators that I've seen facilities people that have seen elevator guys work their magic and try to do the same thing and actually cause more problems than they're willing to admit to. So if you can avoid getting in here for any reason, I would absolutely do it. Now your power is going to be up here, and that's going to be your 203 key. And you have in here your main line and your 110. If you lose power to your elevator, that's the 110. You can look right inside here. You have your emergency light that comes on, your alarm bell that works, and your phone still works. So you still have two-way communication. If the elevator door was closed, you'd still have light. Okay? We'll just verify that this is programmed and working.
Police Department. This is a call for help from inside Elevator 1 at Clyde Recreation Center, address 1200 West, 717 South, Springville, Utah.
Now that message will play twice.
Call for help from
Hopefully she
inside
will stay
Elevator
on
1
the line.
at Clyde
So
Recreation
you can
Center,
have two-way
address 1200 West,
After she sent the ambulance.
717
That's,
South,
yeah,
Springville,
I'm
Utah.
hoping that. Hello? Hi, this is Marty with ThyssenKrupp Elevator. I'm checking this phone. Can you hear me?
I can.
Did you get a location?
I did 1200 West, 717 South.
Perfect. Thank you, miss.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Straight to dispatch.
Okay, so that's your main line, that's your high voltage going into to make your whole system run. And then your 110 is the smaller one. And normally, that beeping sound that you're hearing, it's not been disconnected, right? Right, that's correct. And to disconnect from the elevator phone, it's a star pound. And that will reset that phone line. But you'll hear that until you might get 2 minutes out of it. Other than that, press the button and elevator should, everything else is done
So
by
everything's
magic.
else in the pit, and the hydraulics is on the
Yes,
pit and everything, so we don't have to check hydraulics?
No. No. I recommend don't getting in the, or not getting in the pit for any reason.
So is there any like if it gets stuck and just needs to be reset, is that something we can learn to do? Or do you, I mean, in the first year where it's under warranty, we're gonna call you all the time.
Absolutely, please do. And that's what we're here for.
After we get to the next part where it's like, okay, we'll come out, but it's gonna be a $200 service call, but it could have just been a we push a button. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I recommend, I recommend that you don't do that. Because if there's a major problem with it and you reset it and something happens, you're liable for that. Okay. It's a bad, bad situation with elevators anymore, that liability. And people ask me all the time, can we have an elevator key? Well, yeah, you can certainly have an elevator key, but you've got to sign that release of liability. And, you know, you've got the fire department, you've got whoever else, if you've got an elevator emergency that you can actually have here within 5 or 10 minutes. Fortunately enough, I've got 2 guys that live, one in Mapleton and the other one in Spanish Fork. So I've got guys that are within 10 minutes anyway. It's good. Okay. Do you have any questions that I can? It's
Not if we don't have to check oil or anything like that, because all the other ones we have to make sure that oil's
that's the,
levels up and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, that's the downside of having the elevator machine-roomless operation. Is you have to have somebody that's qualified and trained in that elevator pit. That's it.
How convenient.
Yeah. A phone line that gets disconnected for whatever reason, it will send a signal and turn this jewel on. And it says communication failure. Now that communication failure light will stay on until your phone line becomes active again. Once it becomes active, to reset that is your 206 key, and that's phone reset. It's a spring-loaded switch, so it's not an on and off. It's spring-loaded, so once you turn it in the on position, you let go, and it'll automatically reset that phone line. And that is only if communication is lost to the elevator. Okay? And that's really all there is to the elevator.
Is this hardwired, or is this got a wireless, or is it hardwired? It should be hardwired. Is it hardwired?
And this is the reason behind this, right? If you have voice over internet protocol, and for whatever reason you lose power, your phone line's lost as well. And if you've got some emergency in the elevator and you're not able to get to it,
I just wasn't sure whether they actually hardwired it.
Just to clarify, this does not have an analog line. This is
oh, it
voice
does,
over IP.
okay, well,
Yeah.
there you go. And I did not know that.
I thought I'd just tell you the reality.
Yeah,
This is
good.
not analog.
Good, I did not
I
know
understand the
that.
reasoning behind analog, but they do.
Right.
So if this comes in, we need to call you?
Nope, you got a 206 key.
Okay.
Once the communication has been reestablished, just reset the
Okay, so that's like to push the button, make sure until we get someone.
No.
That means you have to find out why the the cell phone number that this is using is not working.
That's what that's for. It's just saying
Actually,
that.
clarify again, it's not a
Not cell
cellular.
phone, but it's-
It's voice over IP. Right. So it's digital, it's not cellular. Your fire alarm is a cellular dialer, but this is digital.
I was told this was gonna be cellular. I'm wrong.
It was going to be at one time, but the elevator was able to work because it's a regular phone call going out, but your fire alarm is more of a, like a fax machine
Yeah.
signal that goes out, and that's why you need the monitoring company for that, so that analyzes it and goes back to your dispatch. So yeah, the fire alarm is cellular, this is voice over IP.
Okay, what else?
Any lockout, tagout on our end that we need to know about, because you mentioned the pit. We don't have access to the pit in Oakland County, so if anything needs to be addressed down there, either through a service contract or a work order, we can, that's where it's initially.
Yes.
The only lockout tagout would be right in here, or up there.
On the second floor.
Right, that's what I'm saying, from what you showed, beyond that, that's what I'm saying. there's nothing else.
Yeah.
That's what I want to double check.
Okay.
Thank you.